Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Let's take another look at our beautiful lilac bush. It's still hanging out with us. Pretty excited. When you walk out the front door or the back door, it just smells heavenly. And I will take it. I hope heaven smells like this. I'm getting out here late again, 12 o'clock. It's 61 degrees and it's so lovely. Perfect weather. I think I'll leave the door open. This little sitting area is cleaner and looks a little better. And I have a whole bunch of plants to water. It's almost 70 degrees here in the greenhouse. The herbal tea of the day is hibiscus and raspberry leaf. Just in time, the black pots, the gallon black pots have arrived. So I'm kind of excited to get those open and get those going. I think there's 20 in here. I could be wrong. Maybe there's more. I use these pots year after year after year. So I'm trying to do my part for recycling. I just use them and use them and use them until there's nothing left of them. And look, more labels. That's cool. Nice incentive. I was really wrong about the amount. There's 50 in each stack, so there's 100 of these. And I will definitely use them, so I guess I'd better get started. I love watching your videos. Today and last night I watched Renee's Secret Garden with Renee. She was talking about trying to fit into a community. But I did appreciate Renee giving us a pep talk and telling us just to be true to ourselves. I also have watched Gypsy from On the Edge of Appalachia. And she was showing us her nice garden and her blueberries, and there's just a lot of potential out there, and I'm very excited for her. And she gardens with a disability, with a hurt leg, so that's something to admire too. So I think that's great. And then the other one I listened to this morning was Grandma Sandy. And that Grandma Sandy has been there for me pretty much from the get-go. When I started out even watching YouTube, the two shows that I watched were Appalachia's Homestead with Patera and Roots and Refuge. And that's with Jess Sowards. And I learned so much from both of them. I learned from one of them to get a backbone, to be focused, to pay off your debt, to keep a good garden and a pantry. And the other one, many of the same things too. She's very artistic in her words and her abilities as she gardens, and that's very interesting. And she also really taught me how to plant tomatoes, so I gotta hand that to Jess. Anyway, back to Grandma Sandy. Grandma Sandy has been one of the first ones that I've watched too, especially when I got my channel, and then I got really interested in things. And she's just very kind and was always there and would always come back with several comments that were loving and supportive and attentive, and I just appreciate that too. So I'm doing a shout out to several people today because I do want to tell you that I appreciate you. I think what you're doing is worth it. It's worthwhile. It's valid. You're valid. So don't give up. Keep working, because there's so many days I'm just sitting here, I'm thinking, why am I doing this? But I do love it. It just is kind of repetitive, and I usually only get it done when I'm by myself, so that's kind of hard. So I'll tell you, having these videos to watch and my friends to catch up with and hearing all their tips is very fun for me and very informative, and I love to give shout outs to them because I just think they're great. And then they keep me company and keep me going while I am potting up tomatoes. So hats off to all of you who create content that is clean, that is good and well-intentioned, and that is you from your heart. So I like genuine people. So that's a shout out to you all. Anyway, on with the potting up. Okay, we have to remove all the lower leaves gently. These are really leggy, so they could snap off easy. So try to give them a little bit of support while you're removing the leaves. You can also snip them off. This is a flame orange. I don't even know how I stumbled upon this one. If I just saw it on Baker Creek's website or M.I. Gardner, because those are the two that I buy from mostly. And it was just such a pretty color, or a cool name, or I was just getting into the orange and yellow and pink tomatoes instead of just red, 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 red. So I was so excited. So I got to get this character down in here carefully. You cannot push on that stem or you will snap it. Now we'll just put in some more soil and pack it down a bit. And put in a bamboo stake for support. Got to get that twine. Make our little loop. Wrap it around. Feed one end through the loop and pull it gently, not too tight, and then tie a little slip knot. That's Lucy out there laying on her back, being silly. Lucy, what are you doing? Oh, you just made yourself filthy. I don't think it does any good to wash you, does it? Are you a silly puppy? Or are you a dirty puppy? Yeah, you like to go outside, don't you? Yeah. Oh, honey. Oh, my goodness. So sweet. Time to put some more perlite and vermiculite in the soil. I do have that big digger that I mix the soil up with, but it can only get down so far. So I like to make sure I've got plenty of draining material in my soil mix. Okay, the potting mix is ready for the next bunch of pots. But I think what I'm going to do is go into the new greenhouse, take my notebook and pen, and make a note of what varieties and how many of each variety I have. I have completed an inventory of the tomato plants that I have out here right now. I think it's really a good thing that I did. It gives me a really solid idea of what tomato plants that I do have and what ones that I don't have so much of. So I have it written down here in my notebook, just putting a little tick mark beside each one in its category. And now I can go back and look at this and decide which ones that I want to pot up again. So I think that was a good exercise to do. That way, if somebody wants to buy a particular variety, I can come right here and know where they're at. I almost lost this tomato plant here, and it was a pink ox heart. It got so tall that the stem started bending, and that's not good. But I'm doing the best I can to get them all potted up with their bamboo stakes by them. As you can see, this schizante right here is ready to be potted up, or else it's going to break too. So I'm trying to get some of that done. Be easy on yourself. You do the best you can, and if there's a problem, if they don't make it, put them in the compost pile, and nothing goes to waste. No guilt, okay? No guilt. I was just about to pot up this German queen plant when I saw something very strange that I haven't seen before in all my years of gardening. That here is a double leaf that's grown together. Just one of those little quirks from nature. Nothing wrong with it. I was going to take it off anyway so I could put the soil up higher so the stem could get stronger. But I just wanted to show you a double leaf that has grown together. You see how they're separate here? And then they just started growing together right here. Anyway, one for the record books. I thought I'd share it with you, that you'd find it interesting. Have a good night, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.